Mr. McNutt is here also. LG Stylo 5. Let's see who this is. Good. She's connecting. I'm guessing this is Sarah Eichhoff Wells. Getting close. Good morning. Good morning. Could you unmute your microphone?
Hello.
Hello, this is Judge Middleton. Who am I speaking with?
Carrie Garten.
All right. Let me give you a name here, Miss Garten. You're in the right place.
That's what I'm nervous about.
All right, stay right where you are. We're going to bring a number of other people in here as we start to go ahead. Welcome back. I'm bringing people in here. We'll be ready to go live in a moment. Good morning, sir. Are you Quentin McNutt?
Yes, sir.
Your lawyer, Mr. Hauser, is here. We're waiting to start. In fact, maybe I'll just get ready to go here. Well, it's April 1st, and no jokes today. Let's try to get through all our morning. Let me get set up here. All right, we'll start early. We're ready to go. Mr. Quentin McNutt, this is file 20702FY. You're charged with larceny over $1,000 but less than $20,000 and malicious destruction of personal property. Those are felonies. So the first one is a felony, punishable by up to 5 years imprisonment. The second one is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 93 days in jail. Because it is a felony, I don't have jurisdiction to take your plea here. You're entitled to have this set for a preliminary examination and a pre-exam conference. You've retained counsel. Mr. Hauser, I don't know if we've met before. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
What's your P number?
883767.
Mr. Hauser, I'm assuming you just got to plead not guilty, asked to have the matter set for a pre-exam conference?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you from Battle Creek?
Yes. Yep. From Vandervoort, Kristen Fisher over in Battle Creek.
Very good. We touch corners, the two counties, but we don't interact a lot. All right, Mr. McNutt, I'm going to set this for what's called a pre-exam conference. Mr. Hauser, the normal date for that would be April 13th at 9 a.m. Does that work for your calendar?
Pull that up.
It will be by Zoom once again.
Okay. Yep. That looks great. You said April 13th at 9 a.m.
Yes, it will be virtual like this. And if we need a preliminary examination, it'll be April 20th at 1 p.m. Mr. McNutt, do you still live on Eaton Street?
Yes, sir.
All right. The fact that you've hired an attorney shows me you're taking this matter seriously. There are bond conditions in place. I ask you to continue to comply with all the conditions of those bonds. Stay in contact with your attorney. He's going to contact the prosecutor's office, get the police report, figure out exactly what the circumstances are, discuss that with them, and then discuss it with you. That's what the pre-exam conference is for on April 13th. Sometimes that resolves the case. If it does, we don't need anything further. If it does not, you're entitled to have a preliminary examination on April 20th. So we'll send you those notices. Mr. Hauser, as soon as we get your appearance, we'll send that. The prosecutor will get you the police report. Anything further?
Nothing further at this time.
All right, I'll see you in the virtual world on April 13th. Mr. McNutt, I'm going to remove you from the queue here. And Mr. Hauser, you as well. So we got a little bit of a head start.
Great. Hey, we are moving right
Very
along.
good. Okay, thanks.
Enjoy the day.
All right, Miss Garten, stay where you are. I'm about to bring some other people in here.
Okay.
This is Vanessa Garcia. And we've got Daniel Waltz, the last Waltz. Good morning. Are you Vanessa Garcia?
Yes.
All right, you're in the right place. This is Judge Middleton. I'm here in Centerville. Let me bring a couple other people in here. Mr. Davidoff is going to represent Perry White.
Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Davidoff.
Good morning, Judge. How are
All
you?
I'm seeing is the top of your head.
Oh, yeah. That's all you want to see, I'm afraid.
It is early in the morning. Give me
Right.
a few minutes here. I'm bringing in some other people.
Okay.
Good morning, sir. Are you Daniel Waltz?
Yes, I am.
All right, we'll be with you here in just a moment. This is Judge Middleton.
All right.
Got somebody in the conference room. Let's see who this is. That might be Mr. White coming in. Let's see. Doreen, thank you for your help setting that up. For the rest of you, this is probably a new and maybe anxiety-prone experience. You're here by a Zoom connection to a court proceeding called an arraignment. The arraignment is the process where the judge tells you what you're charged with and asks you how you wish to plead to the charge. For those of you on a computer, you've got a gallery view and you can see a number of other people. For those of you on a phone, you can only see me when I'm talking, and then you get a view of the back of my head. But there's another portrait view where my face is on the laptop camera, or the computer camera. You'll see how this works here in just a moment. Mr. Davidoff, I'm thinking maybe that's your client coming into the conference room. So I'm waiting just a Miss Garten, we'll do you next. I know it's hard when you've got small children there.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep him quiet.
All right, you're doing the best you can. You don't have to apologize. But it's certainly easier than driving to court. Well, while we wait for that dude, let's just go ahead and do yours. You were the first person to log in. You've got a small child there. This is file 21646 versus Carrie Deanne Garten. Miss Garten, you got a ticket in Sturgis on February 24th for driving without a valid operator's license, sometimes called no ops. It's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by, up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. Let's take a look at your license. Jeanette, I don't like these new driving records. This is another one. You just don't have a license. How old are you, Miss Garten?
I have an appointment today at 11:20 to go to the BMV to get it.
All right. I think what we ought to do is adjourn this and let you get your license. If you get this, it may prohibit your ability to get a license. So if we adjourn it and you get a license, the prosecutor may be willing to alter the charge to something that won't affect your license.
Okay.
Today, you have to take your driver's test and everything?
No, I just have to go get it.
Well, you've never had one. Don't you have to take a driver's test?
I had it in Indiana and I owed a fine, so I had to pay that, and then we're just going to transfer it from Indiana to here. But Indiana had a hold on my license.
All right. Indiana wants me.
They want you?
No, it's an old song by R. Dean Taylor called Indiana Wants Me. It had a police siren in it, and when you were a kid, if you were driving, you heard that siren in the song, you had to turn around and make sure the cops weren't following you. But you don't know the song Indiana Wants Me?
No.
I make all kinds of references nobody gets, but you can look it up. Jeanette got it, but she didn't want to admit it.
I was just going to say it's a gender gap. It's a gender gap.
Well, let's see if you can get your license and the prosecutor will give you some consideration. I'm going to continue this to April 8th. That's next Thursday at 8:30 for a pretrial.
Okay.
To see if you get your license, and then you'll be able to hold it up, or we'll be able to check with Lean. offend should have license by then. There's a charge called allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code, which won't affect your license. And if you get a license, I'm reasonably sure the prosecutor would offer that. All right, so it's going to be the same connection you made this morning. It'll be 8:30. We'll send you a new notice. The mail has been very slow, and tomorrow's a holiday. But are you still on Rose Road?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll send you that notice. You get your license. I want you to get, you don't have to get an A+, you just got to get enough to pass it. And I will see you next Thursday, and hopefully you'll have your license by then.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, and you can look up Indiana once as soon as you
Okay,
can.
I will.
All right, you're good to go.
Thank you.
All right, we've got a couple other people in the waiting room. Let's see who they are. Still not sure who's going in the conference room. I thought it might be Mr. White. Carrie White was the editor of the Daily Planet. I'm not sure what he's doing now.
Right.
Let's see who this phone number is. Good morning. Who am I speaking with?
Brad Johnson.
What's your name, sir?
Brad
Brad what?
Johnson.
Brad Johnson.
I have an arraignment this morning that I'd like to ask for an extension as I need to seek counsel. My counsel's been unavailable. They're out of town.
Okay,
And I haven't been able to get a hold of them. Okay.
You're in the right place, I think. I don't see a Brad Johnson on my calendar this morning.
Is this Mr. Middleton?
What?
Is this Mr. Middleton?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's
Good
on
morning, sir.
Brad Lee Johnson.
Correct.
Your Honor, it's 21-609 ST. At least that's what I have on my list.
Well, I'll take your word for it. Somehow it's
I just
found.
looked it up, but I don't find it on file. So let me look again.
Yeah, here it
Do you
is.
have the ticket number?
Mr. Johnson, just stay where you are for a minute. There are some people ahead of you in the queue. We're going to deal with them just a moment. So you stay right where you are. Just listen in. He's in my pile, but he's not on the sheet. This is Metzger. Not sure who this is. Good morning, Mr. or Ms. Metzger. Who am I speaking with?
I don't have that one. Oops. Yeah.
All right, we're still waiting for Mr. Perry White. But Mr. Johnson, as long as you're here, you have a video, audio only, we'll get you on your way. You're charged with 21609 ST. You're charged with driving suspended as a first offense. That's our most common offense. We get literally thousands of these in the course of a year. It's punishable by up to up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. You indicate you wish to plead not guilty.
No, I'm indicating that I'm not speaking until I speak to my counsel.
All right, well, who's your attorney?
William Frederick Kemp,
All right, where's he from?
Jr. I'm not really sure where he's from. I know that he lives in the state of Michigan. I'm not really sure where his origin is. I've just been trying to contact my attorney and I'm waiting. My counsel, and I'm waiting. Out of town, so.
All right, give me a moment here.
Okay.
Well, he practices in Rochester Hills.
Cool.
So, have you actually spoken to the guy?
Yes, I have. He said he had to take leave. He had some personal business and I could get back with him. So I'm expecting him to contact. So as soon as he gets a hold of me,
All right, I'm going to set this for a pretrial for May 7th at 9 a.m. Are you still on Division Street in Sherwood?
Oh. Hello?
No.
Yes.
Hello?
Mr. Johnson, are you still on Division Street in Sherwood?
No, sir. No, sir. I'm in 3 Rivers. I tried to report that, but was unable to come into the office or the sheriff's department because they were closed.
All right, what's your address?
So my physical address is 11559 Hoffman Road. That's where I'm staying. That's where I'm at currently. My mailing address is P.O. Box, though.
All right, what's the P.O. Box?
206, Nottawa.
All right, that's where we'll send the notice.
Right, that's where I need it sent. Thank you, Judge.
All right, so I've showed a not guilty plea on your behalf.
Well,
I've set this for May 7th pending Mr. William Frederick Kemp filing an appearance. If he does not file an appearance, you still need to be here on May 7th at 9 o'clock, and we'll proceed at that time.
okay.
All right, you're good to go.
May 7th at 9 a.m.
Hello?
Yes, that's correct. Miss Arnold, let me get with you in a minute. You logged in as
Okay,
Mets.
I'm sorry. I've just been having trouble. I just want to make sure I had everything set. All right.
You're about 15 minutes late, but better late than not at all. So let me get you logged in.
Okay, I just was having trouble with getting the audio and the video, so I've been trying since
All right.
8:10 or 8:05.
All right, well, you're
Okay.
here now.
Thank you.
So just wait, stay where you are. Mr. Davidoff, we're still waiting for your
Okay.
client. I'm going to do Miss Garcia here in a moment. Let me see who Jennifer's Galaxy is. Jennifer Taylor, I believe. She's from, Jennifer has her own Galaxy.
Yes.
How's everything in your Galaxy?
I'm sorry, can you repeat yours? I didn't hear you.
Good morning, this is Judge Middleton.
Good morning.
I'll be with you in just a moment.
Okay.
Doreen, I'm assuming you turned the conference room on for Perry White. We've yet to see him, but we'll wait for him. Let's talk to Vanessa Garcia Albor. Good morning. Can you hear me? I can't hear you very well, but you got a ticket on March 25th for operating without a license, same as the other young lady we had this morning, and impeding traffic. Impeding traffic is a civil infraction. It carries a $105 fine. No operator's license is a misdemeanor. As I indicated, it's a very common charge. It carries...
Perry White is in Texas in a rehab facility, is what we were told.
That's
set
right.
the room up for Tanner Rogers.
Okay, all right. Then I'll call that case here in a minute.
Okay.
You got the ticket, Miss Albor. I can't even see the ticket.
No, I'm not finding, well, no. I don't think there is one.
I'm going to ask the prosecutor to join us. Miss Garcia, have you ever had a license?
No, I was gonna wait until I turned 18 last summer.
How old are you now?
I'm 18 still. I'm 19 in August. But with the pandemic and then I tried getting an appointment at the DMV to take my test. Try to get my
I can't hear you very well. You sound like Charlie Brown's teacher, but I'm going to put you in the waiting room and ask the prosecutor to join us and talk to you.
I'm sorry.
So don't go away, all right? Here's Deb Davis. She'll log in at 8:45. Mr. Davidoff, I've been waiting for your client who is apparently not going to show up, so let's discuss that. This is file 21605 SD, People versus Perry Joseph White. The esteemed Robert Davidoff from Kalamazoo has filed an appearance on the defendant's behalf. I've been hearing about this case through the week. I know Mr. White. People have been calling on his behalf, indicated that he is in a rehab facility in Texas working on some recovery. Is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor. I was told that he'd be able to be here this morning, but apparently there's a problem.
Well, for one thing, it's 6:30 in the morning in Texas.
Right.
Let's see who this is. Daniel is leaving tonight on a train. Plane. Good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
Harry?
Yeah, good morning, Mr. White.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
All right, we're just talking about your case. Let me give you a name here. It's very early where you are.
Yes, it is.
All right, your attorney, Mr. Davidoff, is here with us. Mr. White, you're charged with operating while intoxicated and refusing a preliminary breath test. Your attorney, Mr. Davidoff, is here. Mr. Davidoff, I'm assuming the defendant's going to plead not guilty.
That's correct, Your Honor. There's also a charge of driving while license suspended, revoked.
Yeah, that's a different count, 21606. Plead guilty on all charges.
Plead not guilty.
Mr. White, when are you coming back?
April 29th.
All right, I'm going to set this for attorney pretrial for May 7th at 10 a.m. Mr. White, I think you're on a good path right now. Julie and other people have been calling the court to keep us apprised of what you're doing. You've retained Mr. Davidoff. So what I want you to do is keep doing what you're doing. Do a good job in the program. That might help your circumstance. And the next hearing will be May 7th. Mr. Davidoff, you can get the police report from the prosecutor's office, have discussion with them, and then we'll have an attorney pretrial on May 7th. It will be virtual like this. It's a little bit different. You log into the magistrate, and then if they need the judge, they send you over to me. But at this point, I show not guilty on all charges, set an attorney pretrial for May 7th at 10 a.m. Mr. White, do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Davidoff, anything further?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, I'll see you on the 7th. Maybe you'll be warm by then.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. He's Daniel. He's not leaving on a plane. And I renamed the conference room. Good morning, Howard.
Good morning.
What case do you have this morning?
According to the list that I was sent, I have got a Tanner Jack Rogers.
Well, he's allegedly coming into the conference room, so stick around for a bit.
Okay. I'm here.
Let's talk to Miss Arnold.
Hello?
Good morning. You're Kimberly Joe Arnold.
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Of course, we've met. I'm Judge Middleton. You got charged with driving suspended, improper display of a registration plate, and I guess that's it. I was looking at some things, and I see you paid some stuff off, but you
I still have court fines
Yes.
up with circuit court. And those two $80 fines, I just found out about those the other day. Like,
those are booking fees, which I don't like, but I did see you had paid some old things off just yesterday. I'm going to put you in the waiting room and wait for the prosecutor to join us. She's late because she's probably doing something else, which is a problem for me because I have another hearing at 9, but I'm going to put you in the waiting room, Miss Arnold, and I'll bring you in a little bit.
Okay.
Mr. Waltz, can you hear me?
I can.
Howard, you're apparently connected to this one. Daniel Cecil Waltz got a tobacco on school property, which is a misdemeanor, but possessing marijuana is a civil infraction. So he got a charge for possessing tobacco and then a civil infraction for marijuana. Mr. Waltz, the tobacco charge is a very minor misdemeanor. You're less than 21 and you possess tobacco. How old are you, 17?
Yes.
Come October 1st, 17-year-olds are going to go back to being juveniles, but right now at the age of 17, you're charged as an adult. The tobacco charge is a misdemeanor. The marijuana charge is a civil infraction. I'm going to also put you in the waiting room while I'm waiting for the prosecutor to join us. This is going to be a problem because I've got a trial at 9, but we'll do the best we can. Ms. Taylor, can you hear me?
Okay, let me give you a ring back. I'm doing an online.
Howard, I'm going to mute your microphone. Jennifer Taylor, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Your Honor.
All right, good. There you go. Good morning. Are you Jennifer Elizabeth Taylor?
Yes, I am.
This is Judge Middleton. I'm here at the courthouse. You're charged with operating while intoxicated. That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. We get lots of these, 250 to 300 a year. It does carry 6 points on your driving record and requires that your license be suspended. This allegedly occurred on March 21st. They had to do a search warrant for your blood. You refused the preliminary breath test. So we don't yet know what your blood alcohol is. So probably the wisest thing to do would be for you to get an attorney to help you with this. Do you have any objection to that?
No, actually, I was going to ask you if I could have time to retain counsel.
All right. Do you think you'll hire an attorney?
Yes.
Do you know who?
Not yet.
All right. We need to wait blood test results. Are you still on lot 103?
No, I have, my mailing address is different. It's, do I tell it to you or do you want me to call the clerk?
Call the clerk.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to set an attorney pretrial for May 7th. That's going to be a busy day, I guess, at 10 a.m. It'll be virtual like this, and we'll give you the notice once you call the clerk with your address. And let me take a look. The ticket didn't tell me anything. And these new driving records. Did you at one time have an Indiana license?
It's currently, it's an Indiana license.
Oh, okay. Well, you live in Michigan, that could be an issue too. You may have to get that straightened out. All right, I've set it for May 7th at 10 a.m. You're free to go on about your business. Please call the clerk with your correct address, and once your attorney files an appearance, they'll know what to do next. If you do not hire an attorney, or choose not to, call the court and I can appoint one for you. Either way, you need to be here on May 7th. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Goodbye. I'm not sure what's up with our waiting room there, Howard. I don't have any customers. I don't have a prosecutor. Here's Deborah Davis. Bless her heart. All right, thank you. Good morning, Deborah.
Hey, Judge.
Thank you for joining us. I've got 3 people in the waiting room for you to talk with. I've got a young woman named Vanessa Garcia who has no license. She's 18. She has a no ops and a impeding traffic. I didn't know if there would be some sort of offer in that case.
Well, what's the case number on that one? I can't find it on OnBase.
21647.
ST?
Yes.
I've got nothing, so.
Well, we don't either. Jeanette and I couldn't find a ticket. There's no charging document in the OnBase file.
Okay, well, does she have the ability to get a license? Do you have a CCH or anything on
Yeah,
her?
she's 18, she's just never had one. But I don't know why we don't have a ticket. I'm not sure how it even got this far.
Let me see if it's in. Sometimes I can find them like in our docket for today, but let's see. Sometimes paper files are convenient.
Well, you're talking to the dinosaur that lived on paper files for 40 years till we converted.
I literally have nothing, not in my docket, not anywhere. So we'll have to figure out, I mean, can you just set her for, without giving her an attorney unless she really wants one?
I'll reset a pretrial in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Let's bring her in. She seems like a nice girl.
I'm sure that our staff can probably hunt down the
Well, I'm
ticket.
frankly not sure how it got this far without having any ticket in the file. But we'll explore that further. Good morning, Ms. Garcia Albor. This is Judge Middleton again. Ms. Deborah Davis from the prosecutor has joined us. We don't have the ticket. I don't exactly know what you're charged with. Have you made any effort to go to the SOS and get your license?
I have an appointment. It's not until July. It says I can check every day to get a next day appointment, like at 12, I think, but.
All right, here's how that works. I had to do it myself, and it's very cumbersome. I don't want you to wait all the way to July.
Okay.
When you get a next day appointment, you can call the day before and either try to log in at 8, I think, or 1. So when I did it, I got on and all the way, I tried to log in right at the first thing, and I couldn't get in. I kept getting bumped out. So when you go to the next day appointment, don't try to get the 8 o'clock appointment or the 9 o'clock appointment.
Okay.
Go for a 10:30 one or 11 o'clock or something. Same thing with the afternoon. If you get an afternoon appointment, try to get a 3 o'clock one. My guess is you can get a next day appointment soon, yes?
Did you find her file?
No, she doesn't. I have her file, but there's no ticket in it.
I'll get you a copy of it. So you have the paper file though?
On Garcia?
Yeah.
I do, but there's nothing in OnBase
It
with a
should be an
ticket.
actual paper file.
So let's go out for 2 weeks. We'll set a pretrial for April 13th. Are you here then, Deborah? At 8:30. Again, when you go on the SOS website to try to get an appointment, like if you go on today, the appointment would be for Monday because tomorrow's a holiday. I'm guessing if you go in at 1 o'clock today, you can get an appointment for Monday, either morning or afternoon. If you don't, try to get the first one. Are you still on Jefferson Street? Where were you born?
Burgess, Michigan?
Okay, so you've got your birth certificate and all that kind of stuff that you need?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're going to reset that. Thank you. You're free to go. You can just hang up.
Okay. And I don't have a ticket to pay or a deadline?
We'll send you a notice for that new hearing for April 13th at 8:30.
All right, thank you so much.
It'll be a different number, but I'll be available that day. Okay, let's bring Daniel Waltz in. I'm going to hang up on, oh, she did hang up. Daniel Waltz is a 17-year-old student at Constantine. who possessed tobacco on school property and has a civil infraction marijuana charge. So the irony is the cigarettes are a misdemeanor and the tobacco and the marijuana is now a civil infraction. He's 17, he'll be 18 in July. Good morning, Mr. Waltz.
Morning.
Deborah Davis from the prosecutor's office has joined us. We're referring to file 21625SM.
Your Honor, I don't have a police report or a ticket or anything to go on. However, based on the charges and his age, I would give him two options. Either he can plead to the civil infraction or accept the civil infraction, we'll dismiss the misdemeanor. Or if he wanted to do a height of probation on the misdemeanor to have a clear record, he could plead to that, do a height of probation, and we dismiss the civil infraction.
First option's perfectly fine with me.
All right, well, let me explain. Possession of tobacco on school property, I believe, carries a $50 fine, but it is a misdemeanor. So although it's a very minor one, it would give you a criminal record. The marijuana charge is a civil infraction. Once upon a time, marijuana was illegal to possess in the state of Michigan, and it was punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000, and they suspended your license. First, Michigan legalized marijuana for medical purposes, then they legalized it for recreational purposes, but only if you're over 21. If you're less than 21 and you possess marijuana, it is a civil infraction. It's punishable by a fine only, it's not a crime. And so you don't have a criminal record as a result of it, but it would be a civil infraction with a $100 fine. So she offers to dismiss the tobacco charge, and you wish to plead to the civil infraction?
Yes.
All right. Did you have some marijuana?
There was 2 flakes in the bottom of a bag.
That's what Doug Fisher, my old chief assistant, used to call a no dope case. But you wish to plead to that?
I don't have another option, do I?
Well, you do. You can plead not guilty and have a trial on it. I'm going to give you a $100 fine and the misdemeanor will be dismissed. You don't have to plead to anything, sir, if you don't want to. I'm not trying to make you do something you don't wish to do. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'll pay the $100 and be done with it.
All right. $100 due within 30 days, due May 1. May 1 is a Saturday, so it's due May 3rd. Dismiss the tobacco charge, fine is $100, 5/3/21. All right, this won't go on your driving record, it won't go on your criminal record as anything other than a civil infraction. You need to pay the $100 or there could be a consequence to that. Can you pay that within 30 days?
Yes, who do I pay it to?
The court will send you that information. Are you at Man Road?
Yes.
That's actually in Cass County, I think, but you're in the Constantine School District. What grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
Did they suspend you or anything?
3 Rivers did.
You go to 3 Rivers?
I go to 3 Rivers, but I go to Constantine for welding.
Oh, all right. Well, I hope you get back in. All right. You're good to go, Mr. Waltz.
All right, thank you.
All right, good luck, sir. All right, now I've got Kimberly Arnold. Howard, your guy has not shown up here. Miss Arnold, welcome back.
Hello.
I asked Deborah Davis from the prosecutor's office to join us. You're charged with driving suspended as a first offense. I was looking at your driving record. And Deborah, I don't know about you, but Jeanette and I are still struggling with these new formatted driving records. I did note that Miss Arnold has paid a number of existing tickets that she had. Some are of the stupid booking fee variety.
Yeah, and like I said, I've been going through the court system here for the last few years. Just got off probation and I've been paying fines. And yesterday, or the day before, I was calling about just to see if I had anything and when my court date was. And I just was informed about those two $80 tickets. I guess they're booking fees from like 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's the last thing I would ask to get paid, but you did. You got $869 of unpaid tickets.
I got what?
860.
I don't have her in on base for this. I have old stuff for her, so I'm again flying blind when I come to the arraignments. I mean, it's.
Well, I'm a one-eyed man in a room full of blind people. I guess I've got some information.
Did you? I'm sorry. Did you just say I have $865 in unpaid tickets?
That's what it says here. A couple of other booking fees that go way back to 2016. I can reduce those. You have $125. I think you're on a payment plan on a.
I paid that yesterday.
Okay, paid. And then there's a plate violation, which I think is part of this. This one needs some attention. Deborah, I'm not sure what to do with it. How about if we set a pretrial on this and you get your charging documents and see whether she pays it?
Well, Judge, like you know, I've kind of been in a little trouble the last few years. And I have called the courts numerous times on like what I owe and what not. And the only thing, that I know of that I still owe with your court is the $280 fines.
Well, let's figure this out. There's a bunch of old stuff on here. You've been doing much better. You and I kept seeing a lot of each other in about 2019.
For a while.
But you seem good this morning too. But I'm gonna.
Now I did talk to circuit court, and I owe them for my court fines. I owe them $435 still, and I've been paying on that. And that's all I know that I owe is that $435 to them upstairs, and then the $280 ones.
All right, let's see if we can figure it out.
The only thing that I can see is on Sessions, where it just says it was uploaded from an e-ticket that she was driving with a plate light out, I think is why she was pulled over. I mean, if you set it for a pretrial, at least I can get a police report and look at her driving record.
April 13th, that'll be a busy morning.
April 13th?
At 9 o'clock.
Will that be via Zoom or?
Yes, it'll be by Zoom. We'll give you a different number to call into the magistrate, but I'll be here if needed. Are you still on North River Road?
No, and I told them that my address was changed. I had an expired license with me that day.
So you gave the court new address?
Yeah. But I've been at the same address, the 13878, for a long time.
All right, Miss Arnold. I'll see you on the 13th, and Miss Davis will get more information, and we'll see if we can.
What time?
It'll be 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Okay. April 13th at 9 a.m.
Yes.
Okay. Via Zoom. And then when would I get the meeting number?
We'll mail that to you.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Thank you, Judge Middleton.
Okay.
Have a good day.
All right, we've got some dude who's here now, and his name is Tanner Rogers. That's Howard's case. Ms. Arnold, I'm going to release you. Good morning, Mr. Rogers. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Howard, your case is here. This is file 21645OT, Tanner Jack Rogers. You got a ticket in Constantine for driving with no ops ever acquired. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Mr. Howard Bush is the Constantine city attorney for this. Mr. Bush, is there any offer here? Howard, I muted your microphone because you were talking on the phone.
Okay, there I am.
All right, thank you.
What is suspending him?
Well, let's take a look.
There's nothing on his driving record. He's a Michigan resident. He's cleared, but no record found.
He apparently just doesn't have a license. Mr. Rogers, did you have a license in another state?
No, Your Honor, I did not. I had my permit in Texas, and the vehicle that I was driving apparently was not insured, so they just suspended it from that point on. It was back when I was like 16 years old.
All right. Well,
the only
Howard,
reason I was driving that day was because my fiance, she broke her foot. We were coming from the hospital.
Are you planning on acquiring a license?
I've actually, like I was talking to the officer, I was actually going through what I needed to pay off these tickets, because I have a couple of tickets in Texas and then I think one in California that I have to pay. So once
I'm not sure. You may be able to get a Michigan license. His license is 0. He's got no points, no nothing. It just says he doesn't have one.
Your Honor?
Yes?
Okay. He just said he had outstanding tickets in maybe 2 other states. And Michigan will not give him a license until he clears the other out-of-state tickets.
Correct. Yes, it said ineligible.
All right. I didn't know if they were caught up to Michigan or not.
Right. And right now, as the appointments for the Secretary of State are still out all the way up into August.
Well, you can do a next day appointment, but you have to try to log in for something other than the very first spot. Howard, is this a 257-326 type of case?
I think it is. I would make the offer on this.
Mr. Rogers, the village attorney has offered a plea to a reduced charge called allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code. That carries no points. It doesn't go on your driving record. It won't affect your ability to get a license. But it does carry a $200 fine. It is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail and up to a $100 fine. Rarely, if ever, do I ever put anybody in jail for this. Are you willing to plead to that lesser charge?
Yes, I'd be able to pay that today, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I'll give you time to pay it, but if you got money, you can pay it right now. All right, where were you going? You were going to the hospital because your girlfriend had a hurt foot and you don't have a license?
We were actually coming from the hospital. She had just got her foot cast. So they gave her crutches and everything, and it was really awkward for her to drive.
Well, my wife broke her foot in November and it's been a long struggle, so I can identify. All right, $75 fine, $75 crime victims' rights fee, and a $50 state minimum fee. $200. You're going to pay that today?
The $200, yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, you can go down to the counter and pay that. This matter's over and done with. It won't show up on your driving record. It won't affect your ability to get your license. You need to pay off those out-of-state tickets, and then it looks like you would be good to go.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Orsi, I'll be with you in just a moment. Mr. White, you're good to go. I've got a trial that's set at 9. I'm going to bring all those people in.
It's Sarah Wells, no show.
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Fine, I'm gonna leave you.
All right, thank you, Howard.
Are we all done with mine for the morning, Your Honor?
Yes, Judge Stutzman has banned virtual backgrounds, and
It's April Fool's Day, so I had to do one thing now that we're done with all my hearings.
Oh, it's nice to see your family there.
Thank you, my kids. All right, have a good day, you guys.
Thank you. I'm going to finish one last arraignment, Ms. Bauer and Mr. Thornton, and then we will take a short break, and we will be right back.
Thank you.
Who was left?
Jacob Orsi is a shift over from the pretrials.
I don't.
Jason Orsi. Oh, and did you get my email about Katie Shepard being in custody?
Me? No.
Yeah.
I don't have a record.
Yes. You can have all those. Tell everybody they should pay. Anyway, she's got a bunch of pretrials this morning, but she's in custody. Has been for
The afternoon attorney will take care of that in custody. Typically, I don't know.
I'm not sure. She was sent for pretrial. I'm not sure what's up with it.
Oh, it was set for.
Yes. All right. Let's do Mr. Orsi so we can start our landlord-tenant trial. Good morning, sir. Are you Jason Robert Orsi?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Orsi, you're charged with domestic violence or domestic assault. I got an email from the magistrate education agent that you're going to be pleading to a charge of domestic violence, and they recommend that I do a deferral sentence. Is that what you were told?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that what you wish to do?
Yes.
Did anyone promise you anything to get you to plead to this?
The magistrate told me that he was offering, or not, that's what he was offering.
All right, I'm having trouble hearing your signal. Let me tell you a couple things. Do you understand that if you plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There will be no trial. Understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. If you could not afford an attorney, I could appoint one for you at county expense. If you had a trial, you'd have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf. But you don't have to, because you have a right not to testify, and if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury cannot hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent if and until the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand all that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, on this particular day, March 17th, did you get into an oral argument or disagreement with the complainant, Carrie Orsi?
Yes, I did.
Tell me what happened.
Basically I had used drugs for quite some time.
Sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you.
I had abused drugs for quite some time, and I believe that I was sleep deprived for quite a while. We were going through marriage problems, and I believe I blacked out. It's very sketchy. I remember some parts here and there, and you know, I sickened myself.
Well, is she your wife?
She is.
All right, let me see what I can find. People on meth sometimes go days without sleep, and it can be, oh, of course, let me see if he put it in my queue. There it is, bless his heart. According to the bond information report, you were quite upset. You were quite distraught. And you grabbed her and threw her on the couch and grabbed her hair and dragged her. She had some scratches on her hair and neck. Is that acceptable to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you sought any mental health treatment since this?
Yes, I have. The lady at the county jail, I believe Lisa,
Yes.
she got me set up with CMH, and I have a evaluation the 16th of this month as well.
All right. You seem pretty good right now. Methamphetamine withdrawal and the depths of it can mirror mental illness, so it's sometimes hard to tell how much is drugs and how much is mental illness. But I think I need more information before I do this sentence. I'm gonna set it for, there aren't enough hours in the day and there aren't enough days in the week to do everything, but let me take a look here.
Your Honor, we did get confirmation from Lisa that she had met with him, and we also have a victim impact statement from the wife. So definitely a little more information would be good for sentencing purposes.
I'm gonna set for sentence for April 14th at 11. All right, Mr. Orsi, the bond conditions are still in effect until we do the sentence on April 14th. I want to get any information you want me to have.
Okay.
We may need to get you have sign a release with Lisa. I'm impressed that you're following through on that, but this was a bad set of circumstances. There was a gun there, a knife, and you were quite distraught. And we'll see what we can find out here. I'm sure there's a probation in your future. We just need to figure out what the conditions are going to be.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
All right, you're free to go.
All right, thank you.
I'll see you on, do I have your correct address? 210 South Nottawa?
Yes, that's mine and my wife's house. Right now I'm staying at 323 West Geraldine with my mother.
All right, I'll send the mail there.
Okay.
All right, you're free to go.
All right, thank you.
Jeanette and Deborah, you're welcome to sit in on this continued landlord-tenant hearing we're about to do. It is April Fool's Day. You probably would enjoy it, but you each probably got other things to do. I had a very hard time finding a place to put this, so I stuck it in this morning, and we're only 12 minutes behind, which is better than I had hoped. All right.
Back to Katie Shepherd for just a moment.
Oh, yes.
I just did a quick review of that, and it looks like she's been, at least I looked at the last 4 or 5 cases. They've all been scheduled for something. I didn't write down all the details, but I don't think she has anything for today particularly.
Well, I don't know why they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pretrials set for this morning on 3 retail fraud charges and something else.
That was one of them, but I thought there was some prelims coming up, I think.
Yeah, she's got this many cases in the.
Exactly.
So
that's why I through them all, but
I don't, but anyway, it was set for a pretrial this morning. I don't think she has an attorney on those cases. I don't know what the status of
she
it
did
is.
request attorneys on some of them. It appeared from the magistrate's notes, but so I think they're going to be rescheduled, or I'm not sure, taking a quick look anyway.
I think it would make most sense for the ones that I'm assuming she probably wants an attorney for all of them. She's got, like you said, several felony cases, maybe appoint to one of the felony attorneys. I know Prosecutor Marvin has a whole spreadsheet going of a potential package offer for her. So we're not going to resolve those today.
All right, I won't worry about that. I'll put some notes in the file when I finish this hearing. All right, thank you both.
Have a good
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bye.
Okay, goodbye. Hopefully I'll see you again. All right, give me one moment. I'm going to take this file out. I've been on the bench since 8, a little before. We'll come back and return to our landlord-tenant case that we had to continue. Be back very shortly. All right, let me reconfigure everything here. Give me a moment.